Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol CTRV. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like you this time frame and does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this one last week, I believe, but regardless, I traded this one today, but from a disclosure perspective, I am currently in cash. I don't own any shares or anything in it. But as far as kind of summarizing this price movement today using technical jargon, trading lingo, this is a gap and trap, pump and dump, whatever, floats your boat. That's essentially what happened today. If you're new, what do I mean by gap and trap? Well, I mean, on Friday, the price closed right there. And then this morning, price opened all the way up there. So the price gapped up to that point, ran, some poor souls bought right up there. And from that point, it's basically just been bleeding the rest of the day. Pumping up's probably a little bit too strong of a term. But either way, it does lead to a very interesting setup going into tomorrow. And this will mean a little bit more of those of you that have traded for a while. But if you have traded for a while, then I'm sure you've seen stocks that, have a gap and trap, pump and dump, whatever you want to call it. But point being, it makes a nice move, and then all of a sudden it just gets crushed. And then it starts to approach some key areas. And when it approaches those key areas, it's not necessarily a bounce is guaranteed because there's no such thing as a guarantee, but it at least is a very interesting, area. And that's where this, let's see, what is that? Right around $9.15 comes into play tomorrow. That is the gap close location. It's also right around the value here of that purple line, which is the famous 50-period moving average. Purple line's actually valued at 934. If you look over here, you can see that. But the point being, just this general area could potentially be a stabilization point where not necessarily the thing turns around and goes back up to $15 or $16, but could see some sort of bounce. Now, of course, like I said, no such thing as a guarantee, so that's why, as always, risk management and risk control is so important. But it's definitely an area from a support standpoint that's very important. Now, if the price goes down to that area, for those people that kind of care about the bigger picture of things, so if the price goes down here and then just continues on down, at that point in time, from a very literal perspective, that is putting the price right back to where it was before the big movement started. So at that point, I mean, there's no doubt about it. This is, an official pump and dump. I mean, to have a price go all the way up there and then within the time span of just a couple of days, literally go back to where it started, I mean, that is the epitome of a pump and dump at that point. But as of right now, to be fair, the price does still have an opportunity to chip away and build a higher base there, which again is where that 915 mark comes into play. So I know I'll be keeping an eye on it tomorrow, and we'll see if things can get stabilized there or not. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.